Ladies and gentlemen, this is part 2 of my 11-part series on the fastest checkmates in chess history. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, go watch it. The link is in the description. The next opening we want to look at is the Serret attack, also known as the Mason variation in the Queen's Pawn opening. I only have one game to show you with the Serret attack. Game 10, Heike Vogel versus Jana Krivec, Women's European Championship, Round 12, Dresden, Germany, April 2, 2004. Let's see, it goes like this. D4, D5, Bishop F4, there's your Serret attack, Knight F6, which transposes to the Indian defense, E3, C5, C3, Queen B6, Queen C2, Bishop F5, White's winning here. Black's idea here is that she's offering up a bishop, which appears to have been left on prise by accident. If White takes what appears to be a free bishop, she'll have taken protection away from her b2 pawn, which Black will then take with the queen, which in turn threatens the rook on a1, which cannot be saved, and once that rook is out of the way, the knight on b1 and the pawn on a2 will both be unprotected, so Black will win all kinds of material. Oh no, my bishop! Queen kills f5. Why is White winning here? And sure enough, White takes the bait. Everything's going exactly to plan. Queen kills b2. Is that a mistake? Oh no. Queen c8, mate. Who saw that coming? So Black had this elaborate scheme to get one over on White, and yet White ended up winning this game. Ms. Krivec thought she had a perfectly sound plan, greedily snatching up free pieces in what was sure to be a very interesting game of chess. But she kind of forgot about, not getting checkmated. This tournament was won by Alexandra Kostenyak of Russia. The next opening I want to show you is the Queen's Gambit. It's not just the name of a TV show. I will show you 2 games with the Queen's Gambit. Black wins both of them, but it's actually not a bad opening for White. Game 11, which actually showed up in the database twice. Once as W. Wallace versus Jack Finnegan, correspondence, 1943, and also Dudkin versus Nikolai Sorokin, Dubna, 1967. So, it's Queen's pawn, and then Black's first move is d5. So that's they call that a closed game. c4, Queen's Gambit, e5. E5, where's e5 on this list? Oh, way down there. This is called the Alapin counter gambit. D kills e5. D4. Knight f3. There we go. This is the normal line. Knight c6. Knight bd2. This is the Alapin line. Okay. Queen e7, the Balog variation. A3. Knight kills e5. Knight kills d4. Uh-oh, this is a problem. And now black wins. Knight d3, mate. It's another smothered mate. Game 12. Anonymous versus Hank H. Hage. Correspondence 1989. So it begins the same way. It's another Alapin counter gambit. This time white plays knight c3. And then we have e kills d4. Alright. Queen kills d4. Knight c6. Queen e3 check. Oh. Bishop e6. C kills d5. Knight b4. Now, if you're smart, you'll notice that black is threatening a knight fork on c2. Right, he's going to put his knight here, and then he wants to put his knight here, presumably. And that could win the queen. So attacking the king and the queen at the same time, you know, he can't save both. He's going to lose his queen. But if you're even smarter, you'll notice that black's queen is lined up with these squares adjacent to white's king. But white ignores both of these threats and instead plays d kills e6. Oops. Knight b4 first, and then d kills e6. There you go, that's a mistake. And black wins with knight c2 mate, actually. So now he can't even save his king, never mind the fact that his queen will be forked. I said forked. I didn't say a dirty word. Come on. This game was part of a weird tournament where everybody had to play the Alapin counter gambit. I guess the tournament organizers wanted to make a point about how dangerous this opening can be for white if he's not careful. The next opening I want to show you is the Jegaden attack, of which there's only one game in this video. So let's take a look at that. Game 13, Akira Kinoshita versus Didier Jegaden, Stillwater Winter FIDE, Round 7, Oklahoma, USA, February 18th, 2008. So after d45, white moves knight c3, which is the Jegaden attack. And then we have e6, e4, which transposes to the Paulson attack in the French defense. And then we have knight e7. Uh-oh. So white's winning already. With knight f3. Maybe not. Not yet. D kills e4. What's going to happen? Knight kills e4. There we go. Knight bc6. Bishop d3. G6. Uh-oh. White mates in 1. Knight f6 mate. So the knight goes here, attacking the king. He can't go here because the knight will get him. This tournament was won by Moses Movsesian. The next opening I want to show you is called the Grunfeld Reversed. There's only one game in this video that opens this way. Game 14. Let's just get back there. Peter Dreyer versus George Stern, Australian Championship, Round 11, Hobart, January 8th, 1965. So, after d45, white plays knight f3. There's your Grunfeld reversed. And then we have knight f6, the symmetrical variation. c4. D kills c4. Queen's Gambit accepted, deferred. Bishop g5. c5. Queen a4 check. Knight c6. Queen kills c4, and now black is winning. Knight kills d4. Yeah, they don't always make the best move, but they'll win anyway as long as the opponent's careless. We get knight c3, which is now black mates in 1 with knight c2 mate. So right there. And then it's kind of hard to see because of that knight sitting there. The queen is going to see these two squares next to the king, and that only becomes obvious once the knight moves, and then it's too late for white to do anything to save himself. So the game's over here. And that is the quickest checkmate in the history of the Australian Championship. This tournament was won by Douglas Hamilton. The next opening I want to show you is called the Charlock Gambit Complex, also known as the England Gambit. There are 3 games with this opening in this video, of which black wins all 3 in a similar fashion. Game 15, Bronnum versus San Marco, Bar-Nir, France, 1985. So now black plays e5, which is the England Gambit. Where's e5 on this list? I forget how far down it was. Wait. Oh, no. It's because... there we go. Didn't go back far enough. That's why I didn't see it. Sorry. Just not feeling a bit well lately, you know. I'm actually taking a couple of days off work because I'm not feeling well. Here. We got d4, d5. Wait. Okay, yes. Bronnum versus San Marco. d4, e5. d kills e5. There we go. Alright, I'm back on track here. Knight c6. The England variation. Knight f3. Queen e7. Okay, c3. Knight kills e5. Bishop d2. Uh-oh, bishop d2 is a mistake. And black mates in 1 with knight d3 mate. Another smothered mate. Next we have game 16. Sandra van de Venter versus Alexander Kromhout, Commonwealth and South African Open, Gauteng, South Africa, 2011. So it starts off the same. Let's see, where does it differ? It actually just differs one move prior. You get knight bd2 instead of bishop d2. It's the same problem. And black wins with knight d3 mate. This tournament was won by Gawain Jones of England. Kromhout finished 37th out of 389 players, and Van de Venter finished 174th. Now we are going to look at Game 17. Bohmann versus Ulfheden, Sweden, 1938. Let's just go back a couple of moves here. So instead of c3, we're going to go knight bd2, and black's still going to win. Knight bd2 is not necessarily a bad move for white, but it's going to become problematic because of what happens next. Knight kills e5. And then white played c3 and immediately resigned because now Ulfheden can play knight d3 mate, just like what we saw before. c3 was bad because it took protection away from the d3 square. Had he not done that, he would have just been able to take the knight. He can't take it with the other pawn because that's going to expose his king to the attack from the queen here. The next opening I want to show you is the modern defense, also known as the Kotov defense. I only have one game to show you with that opening. And game 18 is Simon J versus J. Bar-Nir, correspondence Israel 1963. So after d4, black plays g6. G6 is where's g6 on this list anyway? It's a bit lower down than I remember. Oh, it's way down there. There we go. I might have to readjust these. The numbers change every once in a while whenever I do more analysis. c4, bishop g7. This is the Robatsch variation. e4, d6, did I not click on it? Hurry up. Okay, d6, g3, okay. It's going out of the book here. Knight c6. Bishop e3. e5. d5. Knight d4. Knight e2. Uh-oh. Black mate's in one. You got knight f3 mate. So knight goes here. Again, gets the king here and here. The next opening I want to show you is the Indian defense. I'm going to show you 5 games with the Indian defense, of which black wins all 5. The Indian defense is a pretty solid opening, and white can at least draw if he or she follows it up correctly, which in this case they do not. So after d4, black plays knight f6. So we're actually looking at game number 19, which was another duplicated game. We've got Frederick Baldwin Arnold versus Milton Lube Hanauer, U.S. Open, Philadelphia, USA, 1936. And Romain Bonnet de Jacquemet versus Daniel Pignatelli, French Open Championship Group D, Round 7, Aix-les-Bains, France, August 21, 2007. So after d4, knight f6, white goes c4, which is the normal variation. And then we have e5, which is the Budapest Gambit. And then d5. Bishop c5. Bishop g5. Black is winning now. Knight e4. Bishop kills d8. So yeah, black seems to be giving away a queen here, but this is poison. You take the queen and then you lose. And black plays bishop kills f2 mate. So yeah, that white king is dead. This game held the record for the shortest game in the history of the US Open, from 1936 until 1959, when it was surpassed by another even shorter game, which I will cover later in this series of videos. Stay tuned. The Philadelphia tournament was won by Israel A. Horowitz. Hanauer came in 11th out of 50 players, and Arnold was tied for 46th. The Aix-les-Bains tournament was won by Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. This concludes part 2 of my 11-part series. Please watch part 3. The link is in the description.